Hi class, I'm Carrie Levins and I'd like to talk to you a bit today about focus. This is from our book, The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. Wait just 1 minute. Sorry about that, I had to return that text message. Anyway, my name is Carrie Levins. I'm here to talk to you today about focus. This is from our book, The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Wait just 1 minute. Yes. Can you give me just 1 minute and let me finish this presentation? Okay, thanks. Anyway, my name is Carrie Levins and I'm here to talk to you today about focus. In all seriousness, this is from the book, The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Maxwell. So in our role as busy professionals or full-time students, we can all probably relate to trying to do a million different things at once, respond to text messages, somebody walking into your office. And really what we feel like we're doing is we're overcommitting and under-delivering at times. We all want to be the superheroes and do it all, but sometimes we find that we're falling short. Well, that's exactly how I felt at times as a leader. I'm an IT manager at Georgia Tech, and I feel like I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions, but at the end of the day, I want to know that I've accomplished things, and most importantly, I have accomplished what my team needed from me. According to Maxwell, it could simply be that we're spending the majority of our time on some of the minor things that are probably a little less important. We could also be focusing on weaknesses rather than our strengths. And we could be resulting in a divided focus, which results in paralysis. In this book, Maxwell talks about the role of a lion tamer who enters the room of taming the lion, and the reason for using the stool with that taming process is because the lion will automatically try and focus on all four legs of the stool, which results in paralysis. And I don't know about you, but there are definitely times where I feel like I have too many things going on and I am just simply paralyzed, not knowing what to do next. So for the keys to success, according to Maxwell, the keys are to focus on prioritizing and concentrating. He provides the guidelines, which I like to call chunking your time. By focusing your day with 70% of the things you do well, or your strengths, 25% of the time on new things, and 5% of your time on things we really don't like to do or that we're weak in. And as Maxwell says, these are really things that we should be delegating anyway. This allows for you to prioritize and concentrate on specific tasks in specific areas for a designated period of time. So often we focus on our weaknesses as opposed to our strengths. I recently attended a professional conference and heard a keynote speech by author and speaker Marcus Buckingham, who in his career has looked at how we can use our personal strengths to fit into a workplace which is often ruled by efficiency and competency. In his talk, Marcus talked about how as parents, we tend to focus more about what our kids aren't doing well as opposed to what their strengths are. For fear that they're going to fail, we certainly don't want that, or even worse, that we might fail as their parents. He talked about going to his son's kindergarten night, and as anybody who is a parent, you've probably experienced something similar to this, where you go in, you see all of the artwork, everything that your child has done for a set period of time. So Marcus and his wife were walking through and they're looking at all of the drawings, all of the artwork on one wall, and they see someone has drawn mountains that are full of detail, very vivid. They see a picture of a flower, you know, great colors, great attention to detail. And they go down the line and they see their son's drawing, which is a stick figure just drawn in one color with the arm sticking out of the neck. And immediately, I don't know if you've been in a situation like this where you start having a conversation with your significant other of, oh my gosh, Are you seeing what I'm seeing? And how are we going to tackle this? And Marcus and his wife immediately went to, we need to get a tutor for our son who can focus on art because we've missed the mark here somewhere. And really, what it resulted in at the end of that night is Marcus and his wife almost missed the fact that on the opposite wall, their son had done the most remarkable math equation, which was really unlike anybody of his age. He had used double digits, he had used subtraction, and that was something that the teacher was calling to light and making sure that Marcus and his wife were aware of. And I found that interesting because, as a parent, as a manager, as, my own, viewing myself, it is interesting that we tend to focus on what we don't do well as opposed to what our strengths are and really focusing the majority of our time there. So in conclusion, what I'm going to start doing is just like Maxwell prescribed, is I'm going to prioritize, I'm going to concentrate, I'm going to start with my strengths, and I'm going to remain committed to this. And I don't know how many of you suffer from problems with focus, but I'm hoping at the end of the day that perhaps you've learned some information of what I've shared as well as from our book, and that you can also use that in your own lives. I want to thank you for this time, and I've really enjoyed this class, as I hope you have as well. Thanks, and have a good night.